too smooth, that mud talking to have your ass in a wreck. Who's signing your check? Pussy better do what he says. We shutting down shows. Ain't gotta put no price in your head. Man, I'm coming for your tongue for all that shit that you said.
Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, and of course, like I do every day, I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. What it is real talk by a real one in real life, real stories that really happen. What it ain't is bullshit. Straight up, no sugarcoating, no added preservatives. We don't do that cagada over here on Gunner's Profiles. Plain and simple and period, man. It's real life. Now, trip out, as you can tell by that thumbnail, there's a vato that you never done seen before, right? But I have. And I would tell you in real life that this vato right here, quietly as it's kept, was a true hitter. Okay, a hitter at his discretion. A hitter with his reasonings behind it. Do I fucking promote this guy? Do I like this guy? I'm here to tell you, fuck this guy, right? I don't like him at all. And he played an intricate part into a death of what I consider a family member. But I felt that if for no other reason, I should put his story out there because it was crazy that this is a small world after all. And in menudo style, in a direct fashion, in life, you never know who you're going to run into and then what will happen later. I didn't see the killer in this vato's eyes. You know, I know he's seen mine, but I didn't see his. I ran into this vato in about 2010, to be correct. So it could have been even 2011. I can't call it like an alcoholic, but in Jamestown prison. And I remember getting there in R&R, and he was there. At the time, he had long curly hair, same baboso from the thumbnail, pero imagine him fucking 5 foot whatever, with fucking long curly hair. He was a little short vato. Didn't look like he posed a potential threat to a fly. ¿Sabes qué? Didn't even look like he would step on a cucaracha. But at the same time, you can't judge a character or a book by its cover, because Sasuke, you don't know what book that is. That could be Sidney Sheldon, Master of the Game. That book goes, right? You just never know. But I remember running into him and actually having a conversation with him, and it was all good in the hood, man. He was a young guy. I didn't even know he was from the city of Merced. Never told me. Never once mentioned it. I never once said, hey, where you from, homie? He just said, hey, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? And we got to chopping it up, and he told me where he came from. He came from Sad F. At this time, the yard that I was on was a 50-50 yard. Yes, indeed. I'll say it. You know what I mean? I'll say it and I won't spray it, right? So there was a lot of norteños on this yard that were no longer functioning under the umbrella of the big homies, but at the same time, they were still doing their thing. There was still paperwork being checked. There was still a lot of shit going on. The wiggle was real. So I remember sitting there in R&R posted up like, fuck it, homes. La Primera lives. I didn't know what was going to happen when I hit this yarda, but I knew at the same time, it was another prison yard. It was the same old love song. It was dangerous. So I remember chopping up with this guy, and it was what it was. He went his own way. When we hit this yard, of course, I had several homeboys from Merced, the homeboy Shadow, the homeboy Red from Merced, the homeboy Ant from M Street, a couple other homeboys from the town, and I met a couple vatos that were from Fresno Bulldogs homes that I knew from YA, and we all started to kick it together and chop it up, and it was all good in the hood. At this time, the Bulldogs were chopping it up with the Norteños. They just happened to be there on this yarda. It was all good in the hood, and that's a fact. So now this vato was hanging around with vatos that were from Modesto. We were playing the raflas there, meaning we were all cool, but we didn't have to adhere to rules and regulations and policies and fucking gangbang and all that. So you kicked it with whoever you want to kick it with. And of course, the vatos from Merced, we kind of kicked it. We're playing the rafla shit like down south. I just spoke on that on Gunners Collective. Refer to my video over there. We were playing the rafla shit. And so this vato started to kick it with vatos from Modesto. And I remember that he used to tell everyone that he was a little rapper or whatever. So I assumed that's what he was. Anyways, fast forward to years later. I done got out. It is what it is. I'm out there in the city of Merced. I'm in Livas. I'm wiggling around Merced County. I'm doing what I got to do to maintain who I am. And this vato comes up in my feed. Basically, he comes up on Facebook one day, right? And I'm like, what? They done arrested him for a few murders. Now, let me take it back before this. I had a homeboy who was a veterano in the city of Merced. Man, we used to call him Chico. Chico from the west side, Barrio Merced Rifa, one of the original established gangs in Merced. And I remember kicking it with this old lady, man. Not like that. Sasuke's old lady was the homegirl, and her little sister was with a couple homeboys. We'd go to their pad all the time. Her name was Eileen. We'd go to her pad. Everybody would kick back. It was all good. And I remember Chico used to come, and him being an older homeboy, he used to kick it with the vato named Local Man, a couple other vatos from Merced, Chapo, Bullet, Bullhead, Hector, and Ruben Garza. They were old school vatos. And they took a liking to me just because I had that mentality. I had that Norteño embracement. It was all about the Northtown mines. I did YA time. So Chico always had words for me. Every time he'd come in, he'd see me at the pad chilling with the hella homeboys. It was a party pad, right? Back in the 90s. He'd be like, what's cracking, brother? This is 97, 98. I'll be like, oh, what's good, Cheeks, man? What's up with it? He was one of them vatos you could tell he was always on a great one, but at the same time, man, he would just get in and get out. You didn't see him just wiggling around town like that. So over time, man, I would go to Chico's house. I would see him. He became a good friend, not the best homeboy in the world, but a good associate. You know, he was a homeboy, big homeboy. We respected him in the town. He was well known. So I remember reading an article in the newspaper and several homeboys telling me, damn, did you hear what happened at Sheehy Elementary School? Now, Sheehy Elementary School is located right out of my hood on the west side of Dead End Homes. It's right there fucking in some projects. So it's a little dangerous area. It's one of those areas, if you're not from there, you got to stay the fuck up out of there, man, because you can come up short. There's a lot of Asians, meaning a lot of Mongs, so they wiggle right there. And of course, a lot of Mexicanos as well as Africanos. Gangs are prevalent there, especially the Norteño hoods. So anyways, the homeboys get at me and I read it in the newspaper from us, so I had to fact check it. They said, hey, that fool Chica got killed, right? A lot of homeboys called him Chica. I called him Chico. They were like, Cheeks got killed. And I was like, nah. They were like, yeah, they're saying some Asians did it and shit, man. Palabra. And I was like, for reals? So yeah, I guess they had found his body right there in front of Sheehy Elementary School. And I remember it was a big deal. Everybody in the town was talking about it because, like I said, he was well known. He was from the old school. He was one of the originators of the Norteño movement and the Norteño cause in Merced, you know, at least to us, to that generation. And I was like, fuck, bro, that's fucked up, man. Someone got him. You know what I mean? It was only a matter of time before someone would get him because I heard he was out there burning everyone in sight. But at the same time, man, without disrespecting the homeboy, yeah, they got him. And that was it, man. Everyone assumed it was Asians who did it because that was an Asian area where he got killed. But it was an unsolved murder. This was the year 2012. Okay, several months later, what had happened was, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to my homeboy, baby Sammy. The homeboy Sammy and another homeboy from Ghetto Boys. They were from the boys. They were actually at a party. Okay, and they ran into this vato, Little Pete. Little Pete Valenzuela. That's the vato on the thumbnail. They actually run into him and a couple other vatos who at this time were dropouts, man, and were banging Northern Riders or whatever they were doing. And the homeboys approached him on some active shit, like, let's get active. What's happening with it, right? And of course, this vato utilized the dummy role, was like, Charlie Holmes, I'm not with that program. I'm out of here. And he bounced up out of the party. And this party was located in the central city of Merced, man, right in the central. You know, one of those places where hey, it's dangerous as well, but there's really not no barrios there. All the barrios are either on the north side or the west side. Ain't nothing going on in the middle of the city. At least we thought. This day it did. They get into a verbal confrontation, supposedly, and I guess allegedly, man, this vato pulls out a cohete, follows the homeboys, and shoots them right there in the street. Their bodies weren't found till 2 hours later, right? And I remember that had a big impact on my hood, a big impact on my homeboys, being that this was one of my best friend's nephew, right? And a kid that I remember I used to change his diapers. So I remember when he was a little kid, baby Sammy, you know, him and his brother, of course, both are from Merced Ghetto Boys. You know, they chose that audio. Hey, it is what it is, right? I ain't mad at them. Like I said, Ghetto Boys and Dead End move simultaneously together, man. It's pretty much the same audio, only with different names. But baby Sammy, you know, he took that L that night, man. And that was very unfortunate. He was a good kid. You know, of course, he was gangbanging. And when you're living that life and you're fucking running up on people, you don't know who you're running up on. You can come up shorty shout, right? He did that night. And it's just an unfortunate thing because I remember this kid from day one. You know, I'm very good friends with his mother. I'm very, very good friends with the familia. Like I said, I lived with them half my life. So I already knew what it was, man. And to see baby Sammy come up short like that was unfortunate. It was very bad. And I took it hard, you know, and I was like, who the fuck did this? Now, of course, what happened was the placas were on it. You know, and there was a gang task force cop that was really like a terrorizing pit bull ass motherfucker. Man, he had me a couple of times. He's like, got you where I want you. I said, now you're going to eat me? Sidekick. His name was Officer Delliman. So he would be on people's heads. Well, he was the detective at the time on this case. And he linked it. I don't know how they do it. You know, I don't know who talked. I don't know what they did. But he ended up linking this same gun. The ballistics said that these bullets matched the same bullets that had hit Chico a few months prior. So they ended up catching him, right? But even before that, the way that they were able to catch him was that this same Vato Pete and several other Vatos from Northern Riders actually went into a party, man, another party, and tried to fucking kill some dude. They would fucking allegedly snatched him up, was choking him out. This is his words, not mine. I'm just going by what's already out there. Put the cuete to his mouth, Holmes, and it jammed. Sasuke Vato was able to wiggle and get away. And of course, Little Pete was the fucking, the aggressor. They're saying, right? Again, I can't call it. Anyways, they fucking traced the statistics, the ballistics, whatever it was, the bullets, to these other murders. And come to find out, it was Little Pete all along. He was out there on a rampage killing everybody in sight. Now, of course, ultimately he was convicted and given life without the possibility of parole. But it's a cold game. You never know what's going on out there. See, everybody assumes, and it's an assumption, that the active norteños, active sureños, the active motherfuckers are the ones that are killing people. But Sasuke, have you ever thought to sit down for a minute and think that these vatos that are non-active know how to squeeze too? Oh yes, indubitably, they do know how to squeeze. And this vato was out there squeezing. Now, like I said, I seen him when he was younger, Holmes. I seen him when he was small, 5 foot nothing, Holmes, with a little bit of curly hair, and he didn't seem to pose a threat to anyone. Like I said, he was a mellow dude, very quiet. We only had a small conversation. It wasn't much. So later on, when I was like, damn, I recognize that vato. Where's he from? So because I was on him. I was on him. Even being on this other side and not active anymore, still, man, you involved family, Holmes. You involved vatos from my neighborhood. You involved my people. So I was like, fuck what you're doing, right? And fuck where you're coming from. If I see you, so I was like, I don't give a fuck. It's on and cracking, right? And that's just it. So it was all point bulletin on this gentleman. And then when I fucking recognized who it was, I was like, wow, one never knows does one. That's a perfect example. So I can't call it like an alcoholic. Exactly. That's why I say those words. You can never call it, you know? But he was doing that. He was out there killing people. And he is considered one of the most dangerous individuals that ever walked from the city of Merced. That wasn't too dangerous. You know, what triggered him? What made him click? Did he get boned in a cell by an Africano? I can't call it, but at the same time, something bad happened to him that made him get gangster all of a sudden. Or was he always one and I just didn't know it? If he was, man, he had me motherfucking befuddled. Word of the day, befuddled. And bemused and confused, right? Because I didn't see it coming, but it happened. Of course, this was a big case in Merced, and rest in peace to the little homies that took them L's, you know, that day. Unfortunate, you know, but at the same time, I started to get at a few of my homeboys, one of my primos, who actually fucking knows a lot of the vatos that this dude was kicking it with. I was like, what's up with that vato? Because I was hunting. Oh, yes, indeed. I was looking for him, right? This is prior to him getting caught up, when everyone was saying, hey, this is who it is. This is the one that got Sammy. This is the one who got Chica. Let's get him, right? And of course, me being from the old school Sasuke, I move certain ways, right? Smooth with a purpose. So anyways, I was inquiring. Yes, indubitably, I was inquiring. I'd fucking sit here and be remiss to say I was, you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't. You know, just everybody was. So I was trying to find out his whereabouts one time. I wanted to talk to him. Just wanted to have a little conversation. Wasn't too much, you know what I mean? I needed to scratch an itch one time. And the homeboy told me, yeah, man, this fool's dangerous, bro. You know what I mean? You're looking for someone, Holmes, that will fucking split your whole shit open. I said, oh, is that right? I said, well, I did time with them, bro. If it's the same cat, he goes, oh, it's that same cat, bro. He said, but he changed. Something along the line changed him. And that's what I'm saying is, when you feel that you're threatened, when you feel that people are on you, like he did, you know, he was probably tired of getting hit up, tired of getting pushed up on, oppressed. He started to bust back. Now, of course, the story goes with him and Chico, and it's already out there, man. I'm not speaking on nothing that's not a fact, that's not in the newspaper. With him and Cheeks, I guess fucking it was a drug deal gone bad. The Placas were saying, but quietly as it's kept, that's not what it was, man. There was some woman involved. There's always a woman at the core of things. There was a woman involved, a family member involved, and this vato had a confrontation with the homeboy Chico, supposedly, and bullets started to fly. Now, allegedly, I'm not going to sit here and say that he was the one that exactly fired the shot, but he is the one accused and convicted of it, and so on and so forth. Now, with the little homeboys, of course, like I said, they ran up on him in the party. They were doing what they had to do as gang members, active gang members. They were letting it be known, but you never fucking approach anyone, Holmes, if you're not ready to get off where you're mad at. If you're not strapped up, Holmes, and you know that this is the type of character, Holmes, and you're hearing about him, that he's out there Bangladeshing people, so keep your fucking feelings to yourself. You don't look cool if you're trying to fucking run up on someone that's all strapped up. You might think it looks cool, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's going to be a closed casket, and it's going to be unfortunate that your family has to go through those wiggleizations and the fucking movidas. Now, I know, man, I have me my fucking Baby Sammy shirt. I know I donated some money to the cause when I could. There was homeboys out there like, hey, donate for the cause. I shot a couple of hundo, man, because that's what real ones do. And like I said, I used to change Mijo's diapers when he was small. He'll forever be in my heart. His familia is forever ingrained in my life. And that's just a fact, and that's just the way it is. And for those of you that know who Baby Sammy is out there from the boys, man, keep his name lit. Respect. Yes, man. That's like a fucking little fucking nephew to me. That's a fact. For those of you that hate, fuck what you're going through, man. That's just real life. Now, back to this vato fucking little Pete. Of course, this individual was dangerous. And people are dangerous out there if you don't know what's going through their mentality. They start to lose it. And a motherfucking light bulb goes off in their head. And one thing happens or another thing happens. Either they say, fuck that, I don't want no more problems, and they shrink into non-existence, or they start to really exist and make it happen. This vato chose to do the latter. This vato chose door B. So what's behind door B? 3 murders on an LWAT. Fuck it, I'll take that one. That's it, right? And that's where he went with it. And, you know, it was just bad because thinking back and reminiscing and going back to my prison years and thinking about the type of characters that I came across, like I said, this Vato would have had me confused. I would never thought he would have been capable of this. And to see him on the front page of newspapers and going through these court cases and knowing that not only did he murk one person I knew, but two others, you know, it was bad. It was bad in the city of Merced, man. I remember everybody was like, you got to watch out. There's a Vato out here bopping him and no one could catch him. And then, of course, me having a little bit of fucking pull with the inner circles, different groups. I was still talking to the actors. They were telling me, fuck this cat, bro. He's getting off on homeboys. And then the non-actors were telling me, hey, we're thinking it's this homeboy right here. And I was like, damn. You know what I mean? For reals? For really? Really? Right? Would he really do that? Yes, indubitably, he really did. Supposedly, allegedly. Anyways, it's just a bad situation all the way around. But is he a known shooter out of the town of Merced, out of the city of Merced? I guess. You know, I guess. So what they say, people are always going to hold that against him, man. He's always going to be talked about in the city of Merced as the one who basically downed three fucking well-known homeboys. And it's ugly. You know, it's ugly. I know the city of Merced hates that man right there on that thumbnail. I know as for me, it's more personal. You know, if I ever come across him in a motherfucking dark cell, so I was scared he's going to be making my sopas and fucking shining my shoes and fucking taking a few of these and a few of that and a little bit of this and it's like that and like that. And that's a fact. Or he can get off where he's mad at and we can do whatever. See, we can get it on, homie, in any type of weather. You know what's fucking on? Allegedly. Anyways, this is kind of a shorter profile, man, because I wanted to get straight to brass tacks. I wanted to get straight to it. I didn't want to sit here and bullshit you guys and sugarcoat anything. I'm just saying, man, this is what happened in the city of Merced in the year 2012. It was a dangerous situation. I had just got out of prison, man. I was wiggling. I was looking at everything around me. I was looking out for myself because Vatos were running up left and right on me, and I'll get into those stories more extensively. But this was just a profile on this cat, man, coming from the city of Merced that I didn't even know was from the town. But I guess the whole time, man, he was growing up. He's younger than me, you know, so I wouldn't even look at a poop butt like that. But he got dangerous real fast. And like I said, the word to the wise and the moral to the story is, man, you never know who you're going to run up on, man. You might think that you got the upper hand because you got a drum in the car, but he might have a drum in his jacket. Bang, bang, you better watch out, man, because motherfuckers will let them fly. It gets ugly, especially from the Valle, man, all the way back to Sac. You know what it is down south? That's different. They like the assholes. Bang, bang. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about your familia. It's all about striving for your people, man. When you see young homeboys making the wrong moves, give them some glad homes. Game them up. Give them some education. They need that, man. If they're going to gangbang, they're going to gangbang. You can't stop it, so don't try to stop it. All you can do is give them some knowledge that they can't get in college. Put some paint where it ain't, man. Let them know, man, that if you're going to fucking run up on someone, or you're going to run your mouth, or you're going to fucking, you know, hey, what's up? Where you from, homes? Be prepared for whatever might fly, because they do fly. Just because the Vato is non-active doesn't mean he can't get activated. It happens all the time. I've seen it many stories, many places, many times, anywhere. Anyways, if you like this, please hit this thumbs up. There's a little fucking symbol right there. You can pet it, you can touch it, you can lick it, whatever you want to do, you can stick it. Hit it one time from my mind. That's a bell. It's a notification button, meaning that everything that I drop, you will see. And you will say, damn, this motherfucker funnier than I thought. Anyways, if not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to do this forever, ever. And in that fashion, this is the gun, man, signing off on the profiles. You know what it is. Bang, bang, real life shit.